Hi, my name is Lauren Anderson, and this is my climb. My first day was the day after 9/11. So 9/11, 9/12, 2001. My first year, my job was I came in and I was part of the teaching company, but then I was quickly transferred into this like subsection of the teaching company that worked with special populations, specifically District 287, which is like a lot of special needs, EBD, et cetera, like that kind of thing. I worked that year, took a year off, came back, and did a year as the improv director, which was a made up job just for me. I basically did like interactive shows in the bingo hall. And then that job kind of fizzled. And then I was hired on to be the associate teaching company director. Pretty much between 2001 and 2006, I was kind of heavily involved in climb. Up until the pandemic, I have been a working actor since I graduated college, which is kind of unheard of. And I credit a lot of that to my time at Climb. It was kind of this like, for lack of a better term, like actor boot camp. It gave you a job, a full-time job, which was awesome, in your career, in your chosen career. And then it worked you, you know what I mean? There's a lot of self-discipline that you learned. There was a lot of like time management that you learned. There's a lot of creativity. It's not an easy job, but it's definitely grew me as an actor and as a person for sure. I learned a lot of different skills in that job. I kept coming back because I enjoyed the work and I enjoyed the full-time jobbiness of it all. It was so fulfilling to use theater as a way to like teach. It was like such an innovative thing. I still believe it is. I got really immersed in the whole TIE culture and I really believed in it. I believe in the power of play. I still do. I think it's so cool what you guys do, and I was happy to be a part of it. And I also really, some of my deepest friendships are people that I met from Climb. So that helps. That obviously helped. Once I became the associate teaching company director, I split my time between there and the Brave New Workshop. I would work Climb from like 8 to 4:30 every day. And then I would hightail it back to Minneapolis. And then I would rehearse from like 5 to 10 every night at the Brave New Workshop Comedy Theater. And then eventually I said goodbye to Climb and I went full-time at the Brave New Workshop Comedy Theater. And I have been a full-time actor and writer and instructor at the Brave New Workshop Comedy Theater since then. So I've been full-time there. And then I also went on to found the Twin Cities Improv Festival. I'm really heavily involved in the improv community here in Minnesota, through the Brave New Workshop, through Huge Theater, through my group 5-Man Job, which is a group that I also began working with when I worked at Climb. So there's a lot of tie-ins. Climb set me up for success in a lot of ways because it, again, it like teaches you how to hustle. It teaches you how to motivate. It teaches how to self-start. And a lot of that stuff I've used to get that longevity. Cut to 16 years later, I'm still doing it. So Climb, it takes like impressionable, like just out of college, adults, but like kind of like now that I'm like farther away from that, like still kind of kids in a way. And it gives them like a lot of responsibility. And then you're beholden to this like real culture that Climb sets up, and also to a lot of kids. The things that you teach at Climb are like all these soft skills, like anti-bullying, like who can't get behind that? Because I like deeply believed in all of that, I like really wanted to do a good job. And that directly rolled into my job that I had at the Brave New Workshop, where it was like we wrote our own shows. So it was like whatever was like bothering us at the time, or like bubbling up for us at the time, we would like write sketches about. It was kind of the same deal with climb. Like whatever we experienced as children, we would bring into our work. And so there's a lot of you that showed up in your programming. And that teaches an actor something that I don't think you can get a lot of other places. And that is something that stuck with me. Like, how do I make my beliefs show up in my work, for the purpose of sharing and for unity and for the purpose of authenticity. I think climb also taught me how to be really, really authentic in my work, because you can't lie. You're facing 30 kids. You are literally inches from them. They can smell if if you don't believe it. So you really, really do have to be authentic. You really, really got to believe. Okay, I'm going to do my spiel because this is important. They should donate money because art is important. Art is this beautiful way, especially theater, is this beautiful way to express really difficult things in a palatable way that has some stickiness to it that people will remember. When I'm being told a story, I am way more likely to remember the facts that hang out inside of a story than if somebody was just going to read me a list of facts. So what theater does is it's art, and art is our humanity. And like when you go back and look at ancient cultures from the past, you don't look at how they did their banking. I mean, you might, but more often than not, we're looking at the art that they created. What kind of pottery did they make? What kind of beading did they do? And what kind of stories did they tell? And climb is this beautiful way to tell stories that help kids be better people. And I think that is the most wonderful way to spend your money to support a cause like that. My climb has been life-changing. Donate to Climb Theater to help others on their climb.